Hello everyone, I'm Jose Betancourt, and as always, thank you for viewing my videos. So, I went ahead and I took the plunge. I bought myself a mirrorless camera. It is Panasonic LUMIX G7. It was on sale at Best Buy. As a matter of fact, I think today is probably the last day this camera is going to be on sale for $5.99. It comes with a 14 to 42 millimeter kit lens, which I must admit is actually pretty good. I have a Nikon D7100. I'm used to the DSLR, the heavier DSLR. Now with the LUMIX G7, you have yourself a very compact but powerful camera. As I stated, it's mirrorless, so you don't have the cluttering of a mirror bouncing up and down. And there is a silent mode that I use now that is extremely silent, so silent that when I first tried it, I was wondering, why isn't this working? I was listening for that click, the usual click we all hear when we deal with a DSLR camera. So I'm using the kit lens. I took the LUMIX G7 out to Manhattan for the last 2 days, and I took various videos in different lighting situations, different movements. I wanted to show people talking, people laughing, cars moving, dogs running around. I even went ahead and you'll see a video of Mario or the Crow. I have them in different order, but I wanted to show not only 4K resolution or 4K video in different situations, but I also wanted to show, or at least for me personally, see just how good this camera is going to do when I'm reviewing an item on YouTube. If you're familiar with reviews on YouTube, you see some people with awesome looking videos and they have close-ups of their items. And even though my Nikon D7100 takes pretty good video, I use a 35 millimeter prime lens, and the autofocus is nowhere as comparable as the LUMIX G7. The autofocus system, the autofocus system is really good on the LUMIX G7, and so I can move around. You're gonna see a demonstration here where I'm moving the item that I'm somewhat simulating a review. So I have an item very close to the camera. I back it away. Now, there is trouble with one of my iPad accessories where it's all white, and the autofocus system had trouble picking up a very, very small icon on the device itself or on the accessory. So you'll see the video where the camera is trying to find a spot to focus on, and because of the lighting, it was extremely bright, and of course the accessory is white, so that I guess that was a bad combination. I had some weird light coming out from my window or coming in from my window, and so you'll see with the Mario action figure, I don't want to say toy, but you'll see with Mario where all of a sudden the brightness goes up on the character itself, so it looks overexposed. That is sunlight shining through my window all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. But overall, there is a difference when you're dealing with a DSLR camera like the D7100 from Nikon, and then jumping over to a Panasonic LUMIX G7. Now, the biggest difference, of course, instantly you're going to feel the weight difference. You're going to feel how light a mirrorless camera is. Now, the LUMIX G7, it's a plasticky feel. It's not a cheap plastic though, whereas my Nikon D7100 feels like a tank and is also weather resistant. So With my Nikon, I could take it out in the rain or in the snow. With the G7, I was told not to even bother. If it's raining, have an umbrella or just leave it at home. The main reason for getting the G7 is for videos, but I wanted to try I wanted to see its capabilities as a camera for taking photos. It does pretty good. I took it around town, Alphabet City in New York City, and I was using the kit lens. It's the only lens I currently have, and it performed really good. Of course, you can use your cell phone. You can use the camera on your cell phone, and with the correct lighting, you can take a really good photo. So it doesn't necessarily indicate the prowess of the kit lens. And in my case, as I stated, I have a 14 to 42 millimeter kit lens with the G7. But I did test it out. I put it against the Nikon at 35 millimeters because that is the prime lens I have on my Nikon. Of course, the lowest aperture I have on the G7 kit lens is 3.5, whereas my kit lens, my 35 millimeter on the D7100 is 1.8. So I raised the number up to 3.5 and took a picture with the same lighting, the same action figure. And yeah, I can tell a difference between the two, but the kit lens for the Panasonic LUMIX G7 was hanging in there. So it's not a cheap kit lens. As you can see with these videos, specifically the ones where I'm holding an item in front of the camera, I'm using the light from my window, and you can see the clarity and the performance of the 4K video. So I'm really impressed. I'm no expert when it comes to 4K video. I have done 1080p video, and the cool thing is, if I feel like doing so, I can take that 4K video and downscale it to 1080p, and I'm gonna get a richer image or a richer video for YouTube or for wherever I want to do it. So overall, I'm really happy. Of course, battery life is not going to be as I'm not gonna have the same battery life as I would with my DSLR. Bigger body, bigger battery. But the batteries are fairly cheap. The lenses are aplenty because it's a micro 4/3. So you have a nice selection of lenses, and I'm gonna start shopping for maybe a 1.7. And as I stated, the touch screen is really responsive. The viewfinder is an OLED screen, is very clear, and this thing is really light. I cannot indicate how light and small this camera is. And for $599, I just had to do it. I wanted to take the next step in video for my YouTube channel, and I decided to take the plunge, and I'm very happy with it. So if you own a Panasonic LUMIX G7, let me know in the comments section below which lenses to get and what you think of the video. So as always, thank you for viewing my videos. I'm Jose Betancourt. Talk to you soon.